Greetings, puny mortals. I am Lord Soth, Scourge of the Righteous, Death Knight, and the best thing in Dungeons & Dragons Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. I'm just kidding. It's me, Johnny Chiodini. Hello, my pronouns are they, them, and you're watching Oxventure One Shot Wonder! Yay! So today, in this sponsored video, we are running through a portion of the adventure in Dungeons & Dragons Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. It's sort of an early on segment, so nothing too spoilery, and we're going to see how we get through it. Of course, it might play out differently for you when you're playing it at home, but of course, in order to do that, we need a cast of adventurers, and we have some tremendous guests with us today. I'm extremely excited to have everyone around the table. So if you could please tell me who you are, what your pronouns are, where we might know you from or find you on the internet, and then a bit about your character, please. Could we start with you, Jess?
Hey, my name is Ray Shalling. I'm an MMORPG content creator on Twitch and YouTube. I'm playing a barbarian character called Rage, who uses they, them, she, her pronouns, and she is pretty much a less than witty, less than charismatic barbarian that just hits things on the head and just hopes that they be quiet, sort of thing.
I'm Drac, or Draconix. You can find me on Twitter at Draconix. It's DRAKONIQUES. I'm a TTRPG performer, streamer, producer, writer. I do anything and everything I can that's involved in TTRPGs. You can find me on Hive as well, if you want to follow me there. But I'm playing Anitari, who's a Kenda artificer. The Kenda is actually a race that came along with the Dragonlance. Anitari is a high intelligence, low wisdom kind of person. Very, very book smart, but not street smart. And that's good. That has bit them in the butt quite a few times already. They probably will continue to.
Hi, I'm Luke, he, him. I'm from the YouTube channel Outside Extra, and also this channel as well, Oxventure. And I will be playing Harold, who is a human fighter, a bodyguard by trade. So into protecting others, stepping into danger, making sure no one gets hurt, keeping everything calm, de-escalating. So the opposite of chaos. So I think this is going to be a very unchaotic, very calm campaign, thanks to Harold, who is also he, him.
Hello, I am Ellen Rose, also of Outside Extra and Oxventure, she, her, and my character is Selena Tidefall, and she is a lunar sorceress, one of the new subclasses in Dragonlance, and she's a half-elf, so she likes to try and be super charismatic. Is it already working?
Hello there, I'm Josh Strife Hayes, he, him. I'm known for making MMORPG videos on YouTube, playing some of the worst games that you've never heard of, and dungeon mastering the D&D group Session Zero. But for today, I'll be swapping the Dungeon Master's screen for a player sheet, and I'm very excited to play Trubelan Strife. Strife to his friends, a human bard, a collector of arcane knowledge, a purveyor of the finer goods, and a complete charlatan with no idea what he's doing. I am the greatest at anything in the world, provided you don't ask me to prove it, because I can't. I will be causing trouble and hoping that everyone else is able to pick up the slack for me.
Hi, I'm Val. I use he, they pronouns. I'm also known as the Nerdy Niffler on the TikTok, Twitch, the Instagram, and Twitter. I don't know if I've already said that one, but I'm on there. And today I'll be playing Corvus, middle name redacted Harrowhawk, who also uses he, they pronouns. Corvus is a charlatan, a changeling, and from somewhere, who is known for doing some things. You've asked a lot of questions, it's time to move on now.
All right, that is our party. I cannot wait for a potentially violent situation to get derailed by someone called Harold. That's going to be brilliant. So, as I mentioned, we are playing a chunk of the written campaign that is in the Dragonlance book. So, ordinarily, you would all be familiar with the town of Vogler. I'm going to give you a little description of it now, and then we will roll into the Kingfisher Festival, which I can tell you is very exciting, because I'm going to tell you about it and describe it as exciting. So the fishing village of Vogler is basically nestled on a spit of land that stretches out into the Vingard River, and it's got sort of like wooded cliffs overlooking the community, and there's the only path from the north descends from the ivy-covered remnants of a crumbling stone keep. The village's modest wooden buildings cluster around a quaint central circle and along the riverbank. Jutting into the river, out of place and seemingly out of time, stands an incomplete stone bridge of incredible artisanship. The structure clearly dates to before the Cataclysm, eclipsing its modern peers in size and sturdiness. It's a really hench bridge. The bridge crosses less than half of the river's width before giving way to a series of ropes and tethered rafts serving as ferries. On the river itself, dozens of small boats drift along the slow, murky waters as the fishers of Vogler ply their trade. So this is kind of a very nice fishing town. Everyone is just kind of very genial. They don't tend to have a lot of trouble here. And every year, coinciding with your arrival, they have the Kingfisher Festival. This is basically an annual celebration of Salamnia's victory over the forces of Istar during a clash near the town centuries ago. This will become relevant, I promise you, but there won't be a quiz. But yeah, it's a charming place. There are many locations, such as the Brass Crab, which is a tavern. There's the Fish Bowl, which is also a tavern. It does baked fish pies. Fish is kind of their thing. But there's, well, I mean, it's entirely possible you will have perused the market or checked out the High Hill or many of the other sites around town. But right now, everyone is very much caught up in the spirit of the Kingfisher Festival. What is the Kingfisher Festival? I'm so glad you asked. Partly because I already told you. But basically, you arrive just in time to hear the mayor, who is a lady called Raven Uth Vogler. She's about to address the crowd. Now, Raven herself is, she is a woman in kind of like, surprisingly like down-to-earth plain clothing for somebody carrying such a high office in a place such as Vogler. She's wearing kind of sort of like olive green breeches and like knee-high boots. She has sort of like caramel dark skin, very dark hair that kind of flows down the back of her head and down her neck in cornrows, and she steps onto a stage which is kind of festooned with colourful banners and paper decorations that are shaped like kingfishers. The whole place looks really very lovely. There are sort of stalls selling food and colourful crafts and all that kind of thing, and she takes to the stage and says, "Welcome, friends! Welcome to the Kingfisher Festival." Everyone starts cheering and applauding, and the mayor smiles widely and says, "Today is a day of not only revelry, but also reflection. We are all here thanks to the courage of heroes who came before us. Let us honour our founders, our family, and all those who can't be here to celebrate today. Enjoy your festival, Vogler, with good spirits, good times, and good friends, and look to the Kingfishers for good luck." And there's an energetic round of cheering, and you already hear people talking about the fishing tournament, which is coming up today. It's kind of like, for many people, it is the highlight of the festival before the mock battle that will be taking place later on the hill. Now, of course, we haven't really covered how all of you fine adventurers know one another. I think it's safe to say, with a party like this one, you would have easily been drawn into Vogler to take in the sights and sounds and take part in a fishing tourney, but I mean, I guess it's up to you. How pally do you want to be already? You kind of just people have shared an ale and sort of just gone on with the day?
Oh, I've told many a story to these fine fellows who have all listened to me. I've regaled them with tales of my family who have been important in this town for generations. In fact, I believe it was my great-grandfather who planned the bridge that you may have seen out of time. He didn't plan the bridge. Look, get someone to bring us some more ale, please, and thank you.
I'm actually very on board with that. Could we more drinks? More. Every time you hear him talking in a bridge, bring it on. Some kind of scotch, I am begging you.
I take another small sip of my half pint of stout.
I'm sat on a stool with legs kicking as I take a sip out of it's like a pint glass, but just filled with apple juice. I'm just sipping on it, and you see on my shoulder is a little mechanical cat, and I let it lick from it as well, then go back to sipping.
That's really cute. I'm going to be standing next to Harold, just sort of like nomming on a half-eaten fish pie, like really enjoying it. I've got like fish over my mouth, like a little bit down there.
I'm swirling a wine and enjoying this. Being like, really enjoying that. Oh, it's good. I like that.
It's pretty good. You want to?
You know what? Yeah. Well, thank you.
So you'll share a pie, but nobody wants to know more about the bridge story. Well, it's your loss. It gets remarkably interesting after the first 400 years.
Don't leave me in suspense.
Wait, didn't you say your dad invented the wheel?
My family have been remarkably important in the history of this land for a while. My great-grandmother invented the fishing rod, which I believe we're going to see used in the fishing tournament later on today.
Wow, okay. Are any of your family still, are they around? I'd love to talk to them about how the plans they went through, especially with your father who built the bridge. It's honestly pretty incredible architecture. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else.
No, they're not here.
No?
No, where are they, Strife?
They are away.
Oh, that's such a shame because they're such a big part of this festival.
Oh, yes, they're a big part of the entire world that we happen to be in, but you can't talk to them.
Oh, they must have a house here or something. We can
Many.
visit. Oh, so there's no one here?
Well, my actual great-uncle invented the concept of the house, and he unfortunately lives far, far, far to the south.
But don't ask me why I think this, but you strike me as someone who might be in need of protection.
Only from those who would seek to keep from me arcane or esoteric knowledge. I'm pretty handy in a round of fisticuffs, if that's what you mean, but you do look pretty, I believe the kids say, hench yourself. But yes, when we go to this fishing, it has been known that people occasionally, I suppose the phrase is, pick on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually me.
Mm-hmm.
If we could join forces in some way. Have you ever fished?
Never saw the point, personally.
It's
Usually on the end where the hook is.
It's phenomenal. You sit on the side of a giant puddle and try and outwit nature's slowest creature. It is absolutely a great way to spend an evening.
All right, well, I'm in town looking for work. I'm a professional bodyguard, and if you think that someone might try and harm you, can't imagine why. Perhaps for a few coin, you could enlist my services in protecting you in this fishing tournament.
I would like to lean toward... I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Harold.
Harold, how discreet can you be?
That
Excellent.
discreet.
Fantastic. Harold, I must admit something to you, and it is this coin that is going to buy your silence. I'd like to slide over a silver coin, but have it fall off the edge of the table before it gets to you, and have us both kind of look at it. Look at that. Harold, I understand this may be hard for you to understand, but my family didn't actually invent the fishing rod, nor the fish, nor the concept of houses, nor build the bridge. I am, in fact, not connected to this land. I understand. I am very convincing when I say I am. If you win the fishing contest for me and give me the trophy that I have longed for many a year, there's another coin in it. I won't drop this one.
You've caught me at a time where I could really use the money. I will fish for you, Bard.
Pardon me, sirs, says an elderly gentleman who is carrying over a tray piled high with further baked fish pies that somebody ordered anyway. He sort of plonks down the table. This man has introduced himself before when you first came into the fishbowl. He is Elthar. He is the proprietor, although you've noticed all the locals call him Uncle, which is nice. Whether he's Strife's uncle, no one's entirely sure. Elthar probably doesn't even know himself. He goes, "Did I hear you discussing and perhaps conspiratorially whispering about a fishing competition?"
I believe we conspiratorially whisper about everything, but my companions over there were absolutely talking about it. Isn't that correct? They were discussing it, not us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, actually. I've been working on Tiny, and I'm pointing at the mechanical cat. They're water resistant. Not quite proof yet. I'm working on that, but I'm just going to throw them in and let them go do the fishing for me. That's the plan.
Marvelous. Well, if you want to throw your cherished pet into the river, you best be quick about it. The competition starts in 10 minutes.
Oh.
There's
Okay.
no use lollygagging here in the fishbowl, where our drinks are cheap and our pies are nice. The ale in the brass crab is bad. Famously.
You know what? I have heard that it's bad. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. The brass ale is really. Can I get a free fish pie if I keep doing this?
Yes.
Terrible! The worst I've ever had! Just slides the fish pies over to Rage. Keep them coming. I'll keep them.
He produces one from his sleeve. You're not sure why or how? Well, with his hand.
Just passes it to Truffle. That's your sleeve pie.
Oh my.
I would like to slide the fish pie inside my sleeve.
Maybe a dex sleight of hand check, please.
Dexterity gives me +3.
Ooh.
That's an 8, total of 12. Do I just smush it gently?
You do get the pie up your sleeve. Unfortunately, when you are done, you are still holding the ramekin it was contained in.
Ta-da! I see you are clearly a man of fine taste. What I have just shown you there is a trick from the East. It is known as the fish sleeve.
Wow.
My uncle invented it.
Oh.
Yes.
I cast my eyes around the tavern for anyone who might be about to try and kill the bard.
That's funny. I didn't think they were that keen on eating fish in the East.
They don't have any fish, which is why they're remarkably keen on eating it. That's why what I've just done here is a sign of extreme nobility. If one has access to cooked pastry and fish and decides to smush it upon one's arm, it is a sign of excess and wealth. It's a sign of great respect. You should be thankful I've done it. I'd like to roll to persuade him that's true.
Yeah, please do.
16 with persuasion of +5.
I'm listening and I rolled insight, I fully believe you.
Totally correct.
Well, if that don't beat all, he says, good day, everyone, and good luck in the tournament. He walks off, surreptitiously smushing a pie. Sleeve, just really working it in there.
They really like rough puff sleeves here.
I'm keeping
And then
it
the tavern catches fire. No, the tavern is not aflame yet.
This fishing competition, what are the rules? Do we enter as teams or as individuals?
Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't done. He comes back.
No, can I have discreetly followed him outside?
Yes, of course.
Have this chat just outside the tavern.
Hang on one sec. I'll do another wisdom insight check. He's got buyer's remorse. It's sort of congealing now, and he's not entirely sure why he did that. But at the time, it seemed like a great idea.
I produce a handkerchief.
Oh. Perhaps I'm just not cut out for royalty, he says.
Mm-hmm. This fishing competition, then. The rules?
Well, it's very simple. You get half an hour on the pier to fish. And then, at the end, you lay all your fish out in a row, and whomever's is longest wins.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. You never know. You use the right bait, you may even catch Benabog the line breaker. A legendary fish in these parts. Why, even to see him is good luck. Good luck!
And you.
I'm just running my tavern. I don't... No, thank you.
Do I overhear this?
Yeah. He was kind of old man shouting, wasn't he?
Selena, you are aware of the influence the tides have on the ocean and the water. Is it possible that manipulation of the moon could create larger fish in certain areas?
No.
Right, I'm going to go on to plan B. The fish pies that have been produced, do you cook them fresh on site?
He sort of spins around. Yes, I do.
Excellent. And where do you happen to keep all of your ingredients?
Well, in the kitchen, as is customary.
Excellent. And what's the prize for this fishing contest? I know it's a trophy. I've wanted the trophy every year, but is there any money?
Well, you know, there are many things in this life that are better than money. For example, a wooden carving of a kingfisher. Or, if you win, either a blue a blue knit cap, excuse me, I'm very old, or a fishing fly.
Go back
made
to the
from
nib cat over
blue
there.
feathers. Or I suppose no one's ever asked for it yet, but yes, you can have the mayor's cat.
Excellent.
It's why the mayor takes part in the contest every year, I believe, to safeguard her favourite animal.
God,
I'm suddenly way more invested in this fishing competition than I was 2 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get this cat, right?
How about we go to the kitchen, find an as of yet unslaughtered fish. I don't know what they do with fish to make them into food. Find the biggest one, and then write on it, Benbok.
Have I already signed the bodyguard contract?
I think that's a terrible idea.
How binding do you think Harold's word is?
Very. It's fine.
Paper, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. But Harold's in deep.
Harold's word.
Yep.
Damn.
You do
Sorry,
notice from like casting your eyes around earlier of someone trying to kill the bard. I'm currently trying with like slowly bringing out a dagger like, not yet.
What about you, angry woman?
Well, see, like, I'm from a village, right, down south. And so what we do is we get our fish from the lake. And, like, everyone has to learn how to do it, otherwise you just starve. So, do you not know how to fish? Should we just fish?
Oh, I know how to fish. Everyone knows how to fish. I don't know how to fish.
Yeah,
My
but why-
parents
why-
invented fishing.
Why do we have to go steal? Like, just go and get a fish.
Why don't we go and get the biggest fish from the kitchen,
Why
and
not
then
just
I'll
fish?
keep it in my other sleeve, and then when all the fish are laid out, if this happens to be the biggest fish, I'll just ta-da! If it's not the biggest fish, and we actually do legitimately catch a big fish in the fishing competition, I will leave and dispose of that fish at a later date.
So you're gonna break into the kitchen, steal fish, and then take the fish to the competition, and then fake your way to the win. Is this why you need a bodyguard?
I'm not seeing any issues in this plan so far. Selena?
What the client wants. I sidle up to the kitchen doors. I just want to like press my ear up to it and see if I can hear anything. What can I hear on the other side?
You can hear like bubbling pots, sort of the sound of running water. There's no sort of like, it's all very steady noise. There's no sort of arrhythmic noise of anyone sort of puttering around in there. Uncle is kind of out refilling tankards and passing out more pies.
So Uncle's refilling things. He's not there currently.
Nope, he's serving the clientele.
I would like to pull the two tallest members of our party, like, just come this way, just come this way, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Too close, too close.
I'm
Can
very
you-
short. I'm 4'4", something like that. I'm a Kenda. I'm like 4'4", got pointed ears. Yeah, no, I'm tiny.
Can I use shape change to change into Uncle?
Yes.
Cool. We're just gonna look at that. Distract him. I'm going to the kitchen.
Okay.
After being told to distract, I'm going to do absolutely nothing and simply watch you walk into the kitchen.
Am I right in thinking you're one of the tallest members of the... Were you part of the huddle there? Who are the tallest?
5'10",
I'm a...
5'11".
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harold's pretty tall.
Yeah, those two got pulled in.
Those two got pulled in.
Those two got pulled in.
Okay.
Never measured his exact height.
What on earth would you need to know your exact?
Never came up in the line of work. Why would I waste time gaining insights into myself? Shoe size, probably.
The measure of a man is not literal.
Harold knows his shoe size. We'll estimate all of yours. Doesn't need to know his own height. All right. I can see the situation going sideways quite quickly, right? Because now there are two uncles. Yes. Anatari, was it?
Yes.
We were sharing a drink earlier.
Yes.
Tell you what, there's a coin in it for you. I produced the coin I was just given. If you'll help us out, maybe set those little gizmo whatevers to distracting him over there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not tiny, but I think small would be better. And you just see Anitari turn towards the door of the tavern and yell, "Hey boy, small!" And you just see, I think you hear it first, the clanking of metal, and then suddenly just charging through the tavern door is a basically mechanical saber-toothed tiger. Just blasts through and just starts running around like an excited puppy around and Itari. That's the shape my Steel Defender takes. It's a metallic saber-tooth tiger, and Itari just like giggling, laughing like he's just like a little puppy too. It's definitely like double the size of them, but they're giggling like it's a puppy that they just called over.
And I'm assuming like it's sending low tables and stools like flying.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Is Uncle distracted?
I hired the wrong person.
I should say so, yes. We're all like that. It's like, oh, heavens, whoops. Well, oh, what an excitable... Whatever that is. He just tries to write a table. He's like, never mind, these things happen. Would it like some water?
Yes, this one is actually waterproof, and it just blasts through another table.
Okay, great. Well, I tell you what, we've got a fantastic jug of water in the kitchen. I'll just go and get the jug of water, he says.
Some more. Stop him.
All right.
I'd like to step forward and go, Uncle. No.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Oh.
Uncle.
What?
Uncle.
Yes.
No. I understand people call you Uncle,
Yes.
but Uncle. Nephew.
Oh. Nephew.
Indeed, Uncle.
All right, I'll call you nephew if you want.
No, Uncle, you're not understanding the connection I'm trying to imply here.
Okay.
Uncle.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Uncle.
Yes,
And
but...
you're nephew.
Almost, Uncle. We're
Okay.
almost there.
You're almost nephew.
Almost, Uncle. I'm actually nephew. That's what I'm trying to say. Many people call you Uncle, but are not, in fact, related to you.
Oh, you're my nephew.
I am indeed Uncle. It's me. Do you remember my name?
Maybe a charisma persuasion check.
Yes.
Just to see if he's going to buy that you
Yes.
are his nephew.
While this is happening, can I just... Sorry.
No, it's fine. Carry on. Yep.
While this is happening, can I just discreetly lean back against the wall as if I'm trying to get out of the way of the enormous saber-toothed tiger robot?
Yeah.
And just kind of press my heel against the kitchen door and just give Corvus a discreet...
Absolutely.
Persuasion total of 12.
Okay, I rolled a 1. So,
Divinely found his long lock.
to be honest, Corvus, you could be cartwheeling toward the kitchen. You would not notice because his eyes have just filled to the brim with tears. Like he is pushing the limits of surface tension here. Like there's like a good ½ centimeter of just water here. He's like, my nephew.
Uncle, why don't we do the traditional family greeting we used to do of where you don't look toward the kitchen? I'll just move over. I want to just gently move him away and then just stare at him.
Oh heavens, this is so much. I have no brothers or sisters, you know. But I'm so glad we found each other.
Oh, it's a miracle indeed, Uncle.
How's it going in the kitchen?
I would like to find fish.
Okay, make me an intelligence investigation check to find fish.
Yes, intelligence, my highest stat as a warlock. I've made a mistake. A 15.
Okay, you find a good-sized fish. It is, you find one.
I find a good. Do I think it's a winning fish or it's like a good second place fish?
It is, well, the thing is, it's about cumulative length.
Yes.
And this one is a good length, so actually, yeah, this could, to use a pun, tip the scales. It's a good thing it is done on length, however, not on weight, because this fish has been cleaned, but that probably isn't an issue, that it's just got a slit in its belly and its guts are already gone, and it's...
That's how they come out of the
Yeah,
water.
yes, just gonna sew it back up.
It's hard enough, it doesn't...
It's like, I just hear the outside motion like, I've got time.
Okay, yeah. Could you make me a dex sleight of hand check, please, just to see how well you stitch up this fish?
14.
All right, it's not your neatest work, but, you know.
I failed medical school, that's why I'm here now.
Well, listen, as long as that fish doesn't do too much strenuous exercise, in the next 3 weeks, those stitches will dissolve. And
Get a cone on the fish.
It will be
Yeah.
fine.
Perfect.
So we've got a changeling. Well, we've got Uncle the Changeling with a fish. Where stash fish?
Damn. Didn't think this one through. Alrighty then.
Down the front of the tunic, we've got the real Uncle just sobbing at a bard. How's everyone else getting on?
I would like to be chasing his little small, right?
Its name is Small, but it's very much not small.
Small, come here.
Oh,
And
actually, if you do this and Anitari reaches into their bag, you see that the arm goes deeper and deeper and deeper, way further than the bag should, and they pull out a wrench. They're like, they love it when you throw this.
Okay. Here, boy. I don't want to lob it as far as I can, but we're in a building.
Make me a strength athletics roll.
That's a 20.
Okay, great. I mean, I guess it's up to. Do you want to hit someone, or do you want to not hit someone?
I don't want to hit anyone, but
Okay.
I want to do it as far as I possibly can.
Okay. It is the most possible. Like, it's the funnest throw you could have done. Kind of lands in the corner, and Small's like, "Meh," but then it kind of bounces off and goes off the bar as well, and like he just like completely loses his footing and sort of stacks it, but is not having the best time. Like, just yeah. It's great.
It's just cute.
It's going really well.
Thank you. I spent about 3 years working on him. Very proud of my work.
I am just like sitting with a glass of wine, chatting to another person in the bar while this is all going on, and being like, "So, what are the local fish species? Do you have any eels here? I hear they're quite long."
Yes, we have two types of eel, mature and tiny.
Okay, well, where can we find the mature ones?
In the water.
Where any more specific than that?
Specifically the river.
River, cool. It's being so helpful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
It's great. Okay, so they do have eels. That's something to look out for.
Well, look, if you really want to get into it, the anglers in town, all of whom, by the way, are on the pier already because the tournament starts in 2 minutes, they sort of refer to different sections of the river by number. So, like sections 1 to 3, we don't fish there because there are no fish in it. Whereas, sections 4 to 7, well, that's good enough for a tiny river eel. And then, well, if you catch a fish in the 16 to 18 range, you'll get a mature cuirassed carp. So, it's really down to chance. But I think you'll pick it up.
Yeah, hopefully we will on the end of a fishing rod.
Ha-ha! Good.
Cool.
Why is Uncle blubbering?
I'm still staring at Uncle while the panther is just bouncing around his spout.
Okay, yeah, sure. Are you saying or doing anything in particular?
Uncle,
Yes.
we need to go to the fishing competition.
Okay.
Do you know of anywhere that we could catch the biggest fish and I could restore our family's honour? I'm sure you remember that we lost for some reason.
Well, Benabog, the line breaker, as we all know, is a legendary long fish.
Yes.
He resides in the legendary section 20 of the river.
No.
But it's very hard to cast your line there.
It is. Why? Why is it hard to cast the line? Give me specifics.
No one's entirely sure. It's almost like he moves around at will. They say that you've got a 1 in 20 chance of catching Benabog any time you cast your line, but then if that's true, why's nobody caught him,
So some kind of net is needed.
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have a net?
She goes behind the bar.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes, I've got a net, all right. He pulls out a net. It is small. It's like, you could use it as a keep net.
It's not the size that matters, Uncle. It's what I'm going to do with it. So, can I please have the net?
Of course you may. You're my flesh and blood.
Yes, I forgot we're doing that. Excellent. I'd like to take the net off. Nothing.
Okay.
Excellent. I'd like to take the net off him, please.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. You can have that.
Okay, Uncle, I'm going to go fishing now.
Okay.
I will return. I'll see you later.
All right.
I'd like to glance around and see if you've left the kitchen yet.
Can I don't know if this is in Dragonlance specifically, but can I transform into a Triton? Then no one will question the fish smell, see?
I'm going to say yes.
They might question the whole Triton thing.
I've been here the whole time. I'll just walk out as a Triton with like the fish stuff and be like...
I loudly say to the tavern, that explains the smell of fish.
There are some sage nods from the call. Like, that does explain the smell of fish. We are also in the fishbowl, but in a fishing village. But it was starting to bother me.
Okay, can I see that Corvus has
Corvus will go, like, stand up to you, like, hello, party member who has also always been here.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
Sup?
Fish acquired.
Fish are quiet.
Okay.
I found a net.
Okay. We won't be needing the net. Here's how I see it. We have ourselves a fish. For some reason, it's important to you, Bard, to win this fishing competition. You're the client, it's not my business. We have a prize-winning fish on hand. As far as I see it, the only important thing now is that we ensure no one else catches this barabog.
Is he suggesting murder?
It's not off the cards entirely, but I don't think that was the first place we were going to with this. I think maybe it was dissuading people from fishing where the fish is, then maybe a bit of espionage, then maybe an ambush, and then possibly murder. But
Okay.
that's like step 5.
I never thought I would say this, but the Bard is right. We don't need to do any crime, murder here. We can get this done quietly, quickly, and efficiently. All we need to do is head to the river and, well, use our smarts to find some way of ensuring that this barabog isn't caught by any other competitor and our fish becomes barabog.
And then if we're being pedantic, we've already done
We could just catch barabog.
We
I would
have
love to try and catch barabog. I think that'd be a good stress test of small and tiny. Just seeing how they cope with a big fish. Plus, I think small would enjoy fighting a big fish.
Would he
Is
like a
that-
net?
They get tangled really easily.
He could shoot it.
With what?
I don't know. I don't know what's in them. I've just seen. All I've seen is someone threw a wrench, then they jumped around. I had a moment, and then I got a net. I don't know what's in the machine.
Oh,
I'm trying to help here.
no, they can't.
Okay, I'll keep this.
The fishing contest will begin in approximately 45 seconds.
Okay, I think we need to
Yeah.
leg it.
Yes.
Yes, the fishing. Yeah.
Okay. The fishbowl is blessedly quite close to the pier. So, basically, you all line up along the docks of Vogler, and with a fishing pole resting on her shoulder, the mayor herself is standing along the line, kind of like jostling and joking with some of the other competitors. There are some very, very keen anglers here. The ones who sort of have their little fold-out chairs and their windbreakers, like the tent things that you're not quite sure why they're there, but they've got them anyway, and they've been out since dawn. And they've all got sort of those like tackle boxes that just keep folding out. Basically, yeah, the mayor lines up and it's like, adventurers, are you here to take part in the fishing contest?
Yes.
We all are, yes.
Great. Do you have your own gear?
Yes. And I'm pat small.
I hold my hand up.
Unusual. I like it.
Yes, this is how we were taught to do it. Is that not how?
It'll work.
Nope. Okay.
I'm not good at
one way.
fishing, so I just build things to do it for me.
Okay, but they'll take the prize if you win.
Nothing in the rules says a big robot cat can't win fishing.
We've had. You think this is the first time a big robot cat has entered the fishing tourney?
Wait, there's been another?
Yeah.
Is there one now? Other
No.
than mine? Oh,
No.
small would have liked a friend. Okay.
Oh.
Oh
no, that's tragic.
no, small and tiny are good friends, but it's
okay.
always nice to bring. I have another friend.
Good. Well, the more the merrier.
I actually left my equipment here from the last time I visited the village. My great-grandfather built the ground that it stands on, and I have been promised by my uncle, Alfar, who is my actual uncle who runs the tavern, that you have been keeping my equipment safe for me.
Sure, yes. Well, as luck may have it, here's your equipment. There's just a stack of rods for anyone to sort of take them. It's probably in there.
Thanks. I'll just take the first one. I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna grab one just because they look nice.
Okie dokie. So, it's actually Mayor Raven who kicks off the competition. She says, it's time for us to find out who among us Kingfisher fishfolk is the Fisher King, and casts a line. It's a wonderfully whimsical line. A lot of people go, no. Some people laugh.
And Tori's clapping like.
And the competition is underway. This contest will play out in 3 10-minute rounds. So, basically, after a character spends 10 minutes fishing, and we'll go round in sequence, and I'll ask you how you're spending your time fishing, you're going to roll on the fish to catch table to determine whether or not you get a bite, and if so, the the DC of the Wisdom survival check required to catch it. So we're going to do this 3 times. We'll try and go quickly. And then we'll work out who's got the longest fish. And of course, if there's any skullduggery you want to do along the way, we can probably work that in somewhere. I don't know why I even said if. So who's feeling brave? Who's feeling fisher folky? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, you spend 10 minutes fishing.
Throw tiny and small into the water and let them just try and search for fish and grab them.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's actually quite a tranquil 10 minutes for you.
Yeah,
really.
I'm just kind of relaxing, just waiting for small or tiny to come out with whatever they catch.
Okay, should we say for ease that they're working as a pair?
Yes.
Okay, could you roll me a d20, please? On the fish to catch table.
11.
Okay, you get a bite from, well, I say small and tiny get a bite from what looks like a tiny cuirassed carp. Could you please roll me a wisdom survival check, the DC of 10, to see if you can land this tremendous fish?
7.
I'm afraid it gets away from them. Who's next? Yeah, go Rage, go.
I'm seeing like tiny and small jumping in, and I'm like, that's how we did it at home. And I just launch in.
Oh.
Just get my swim on, and yeah, just see what I can get.
Okay. Oh, I should have said.
Oh no, not disqualified, am I?
No. No, it's good news. This counts as bringing your own fishing gear to the contest, so you actually have advantage on the roll. So if you want to make another roll to see if you do in fact land that tiny cuirassed carp.
Okay. Nope, you're the worst.
Oh no! Okay. So yeah, Rage, roll me a d20, please.
It's a 3.
Okay. There are no fish. You may have entered the water a little bit strong.
Do I count as my own equipment?
Yeah, like I mean,
Do I get to roll again?
So it's advantage on the wisdom survival check to land the fish.
Okay.
But unfortunately, there needs to be a fish to land in order to make that check.
The water's too murky. Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Harold, why don't we go straight to you?
So I feel like myself, Strife, and Corvus have kind of formed a sort of fishing competition cheating alliance somewhat. And we have a plan which is to use this fish and try and convince everyone that it's Barabog? Benabog, the legendary fish.
Yes.
So how about some of us, basically find a way of getting Barabog into the water and fishing Benabog even, and fishing it up and claiming it's Benabog. And then I think the other important thing, and I guess this is what I feel like maybe I can focus on, is I just want to discreetly cast my eyes around all the fishermen here, and I just want to try and separate the hobbyists from the ones who are also out to get this legendary fish, of which we cannot have 2 appearing in the competition, right? So I want to look around and see who's serious about catching this legendary fish, and just maybe then we can figure out some way of sabotaging them.
Harold, I've been told that there are certain numbers within the river section, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the higher numbered section, the kind of harder it is to find this fish. Where is no one fishing because it looks too difficult? Because that's where we're going to find the legendary fish.
I want to look around, and I want to basically establish where the hardest part of the river to catch fish is, and I would like to expend one of my superiority dice to use tactical assessment when I make an intelligence investigation or history or insight check. I can expend my die and add the result of the die to the ability check. So it's like pro tacticals.
All right, I'm going to allow this. Yeah, make me a check to try and scout out where the legendary section 20 of the river is.
Okay, I'm going to allow this. I've never followed the rules this hard, John. Darn. Okay, well that's a 3. Plus, well, what's the actual check?
You can spend it on intelligence investigation, right?
Yeah.
That would be it. Or intelligence nature if Harold's kind of the grass touching sort.
Makes no odds.
Right.
So that's 4 plus 3, 7.
Okay, you come away with a very strong feeling that wherever Section 20 is, it must be quite damp. That's all you've got.
I gesture broadly to the river.
Yeah, you spend 10 minutes scowling at a river and then you sort of wave a hand over it. What are you doing in this 10-minute span?
I would like to take the advice that it's quite damp and nod at him like I agree completely and then run off in a direction toward where I see no one is.
Okay.
Roughly no one is looking. I'd like to scoop out from the inside of my arm some fish pie and use it to bait the edge of the river.
Very nice.
To see if I can get Benabog. Then I would like to use my bardic skill of cutting words on the general area of water.
Okay.
You stupid fish. Come on, show yourself. You don't even exist. You're not even real. And while waiting for it, I'd just like to load my little hand crossbow and wait.
All right. Yeah. Make me a... What would you say this is for goading? Performance? Persuasion?
I'm trying to persuade the fish that
All right.
he needs to show himself.
Charisma persuasion check, please.
That's a 19 on the dice, with charisma of +3, persuasion total +5, so a total of 24.
Okay. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
11 plus dex of 3 goes to a total of 14. But I have advantage on the saving throws, so a total of 16.
Okay. That'll about do it. Basically, what happens is an 8-foot-long fish flies out of the water, and you didn't really know that fish could do this. As far as you were aware, sort of fish, the amount that they could move their heads is quite limited, but this one has definitely lowered its chin because it's trying to headbutt you. It's just flying towards your nose, like.
Nope. Bodyguard. Can I use protection? It's a reaction. It's a reaction. Yeah, I want to produce a tiny little buckler shield and basically just dive in front of my client. And just not punch, just deflect. I think I can just do this. I impose disadvantage on the attack roll of the 8-foot-long fish.
Okay, all right. What's your AC, please?
14.
I wouldn't worry too much if I got disadvantage. This fish just flies out and lands on the deck. You have, I cannot believe I'm saying this, caught Benabog the line breaker.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I think we fished.
You can have inspiration for that one. That was tremendous.
I'm going to put my crossbow away and just really quickly with a little rapier just give it a quick stab on the floor to make sure it's definitely dead.
It is now. I'm not going to make you roll to mercy kill a fish.
That's how we fish. That's how we fish in the East.
Will they catch Benabog when it comes out of the water? Can I loudly announce that they've caught it?
Yeah.
To turn distraction towards them, like, oh my god, they caught it! Can I sleight of hand some people while they're not looking?
You can certainly try, yeah.
Do you want to get rid of the fish that you've got on you that we were planning on
Oh
shooting?
yeah, I'm gonna throw it like, oh my god, that's crazy! Anyway.
And stuff.
What, this old thing?
Oh, what?
You're not with us.
So, a natural 1 in some cases may seem like a failure, but in other cases it's actually a nat 20.
I see.
Uh-huh.
And what if it was going up against a dirty 20?
Then it would be a swift action of mine to misty step into the water.
Okay. So what happens is you try and help yourself to another fisher's catch. You happen to pick someone who is clearly a veteran fisher on these waters. They are grizzled. They kind of like have a permanent angler's hunch, and they're wearing like bizarrely just a big metal helmet with a lot of score marks on it for fish they've caught, and crudely scratched into the side it just says "Born to Krill." And without even looking, just grabs your wrist.
Hello there.
What are you doing, my fish?
It's just such an impressive catch. I was just admiring the fish.
Well, you admire with your eyes, not with your hands.
Well, I'm certainly admiring with my eyes, indeed. That's a really nice helmet.
Beat me a charisma persuasion.
If we can hear this, we're just nodding along, being like,
Okay, charisma check.
Yeah.
That is +5, so a 22.
Okay. Like he's already got quite a ruddy complexion anyway. But you see just sort of a few capillaries, just like pop. Oh. Well, what now?
Now, you find me later, and we preserve this beautiful moment that we've just had.
Okay.
I will see you. You'll find me.
Okay.
Serendipity. I'm walking backwards.
I'm Mike.
Ah, it's lovely to meet you, Mike. I'm Stephen.
Finger gun slow.
And he just turns back and just stares into the water.
Do you finger gun back past us while we're holding
Oh, absolutely, I
Benabog
do.
and you just... Oh.
Is everything fine? I think I might have a date. We need to leave this town fairly quickly. He thinks I'm named Stephen. I might be in trouble.
Okay, well, once we get this fish in, then we'll be fine. I've
Oh my
spotted
You've hit-
the big fish,
Yep.
because it was kind of hard to not see.
Yeah.
But I also sort of don't want anyone to be like, they've got the fish, and try and take it from them. So I
Okay.
would like to look at the fish, cast minor illusion, and show it somewhere over there, so they're all like, oh my gosh, and think it's somewhere further away, just
Yeah.
to give us a little bit of, just to cool the situation
I
down.
mean, half of the Anglos aren't fishing anymore because they're like, I believe it was true. And someone be like, I told you, that got away from me once. It was that big. Well, it's that big. It's exactly that big. So you've drastically reduced the number of people fishing, which is great. Can we say that's how you use your 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you want to spend another 10 minutes fishing, roll another d20. So you've caught the biggest fish, but there are more fish to catch. It could be that other people have caught fish totaling longer than 8 feet. So if everyone just rolls a d20,
Yeah.
then I'll give you your DCs and we can just total it up.
17.
17, so your DC is 12. What did you say, Reg?
20.
20, okay. So you can't catch Benabog the Linebreaker because he's already been caught. So you're going to be catching a greater cuirassed carp. So your DC is 15. This is Wisdom Survival. Harold?
I don't need to do any fishing. I'm in the service of my client. He's got the fish he wants.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Congratulations, that's a tiny river eel. It is 1 foot long. You need to beat an 8 to catch it. Are the two of you fishing or are you just
I
gallivanting?
rolled a 17, but I've just been firing randomly with my crossbow into the water without really looking, and then glancing to see if anything's floated to the surface, now dead.
Okay, so I'm going to roll that into a DC 12 Wisdom Survival check for you to make sure, to see if you've managed to...
3.
You heroically shoot crossbow bolts near some fish. And Corvus?
2.
Okay, you find no fish. How did you do?
I rolled 21 on the thing.
You have caught a 5 foot long greater cuirassed carp. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. I rolled an 18.
18.
12 DC.
A mature cuirassed carp? Why, that's 3 foot long, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Harold, you don't catch anything because you've not even trying.
Well, I rolled a 2. I don't think much is going to add to that.
Absolutely not, no. So everyone remember the length of the fish you've caught. Let's do that again.
I'm more
Oh my god.
Incredible. So another
Right at nighttime.
DC 15
Yeah.
to catch a greater cuirassed carp.
14.
14 is a mature river eel, so that's DC 11. You're not fishing.
4.
4, it's a tiny river eel.
It's
that's
the same one,
it's
and I'm
the
like,
same-
I'm gonna get
It's
you.
come back around being like, oh man, someone needs a break. DC 8.
17.
Okay, it's 1 foot long. And that's the last round, but I still believe in you.
10. I've just been stabbing with the rapier into the water behind me.
Okay, so that's a tiny cuirassed carp, which is 1 foot long, DC 10.
16.
You've got a tiny cuirassed carp.
Selena and I just on the same wavelength. The second time I've rolled the exact same number as you. 4.
Okay,
You're
so that's
going
tiny
over
river eel.
here. 16.
You have caught the tiny river eel.
17.
You have caught the greater cuirassed carp.
Wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah,
The 5 foot one?
yeah.
Oh.
Got 2.
I
I rolled a 19.
Okay, so yes, it is caught as the mature river eel, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's 1.5 foot long. Harold's doing nothing, and we've already resolved these ones. All right, everybody. So the contest comes to an end, and everyone is asked to lay their fish out on the bank. By my reckoning, Rage is currently winning, despite the fact that that Benabog the line breaker has been caught. Are you trying to add any illicit fish to the line? Because you're at 9 foot. You're at 9 foot of fish.
What did you do with that fish?
The fish.
The one, there was a whole thing in a tavern. You went in, you turned into somebody else. You went in, there was a kitchen, you sewed it up.
Oh,
it was
right.
a whole thing.
The kitchen fish. The fish for kitchen. The fish that we were using from the kitchen.
That fish.
That fish.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no recollection of this.
Can I glance around to see if I can spot the fish that was thrown away?
Make me.
Hang on, wait, no. What race are you currently?
Still Triton.
Lie down.
We've had this talk.
Lie down.
We've had
Victory depends on this.
What do you pay me?
What do you want from the victory? There's a trophy. The mayor gives you his cat.
I want your hat.
Well, my advice, take this deal.
Okay. But I want the trophy from the fishing competition.
All right, you can have the trophy from the fishing competition.
Get on the floor.
You don't need to tell me twice. Let's do this.
All right, maybe a charisma performance check to remain convincingly a fish and dead during the judging.
Okay. I rolled a 2 + 7. Can I use my packed boon?
Can I please bardically inspire them?
You may try and bardically inspire them.
Can we use a combination of my talisman and the bardic inspiration?
What kind of arbiter of a fantasy fishing competition would I be if I said no?
You're a just god. I rolled a 4. Okay, so 13 so far. And then bardic inspiration.
It's a D4.
It's another 4. So 18 total.
My God.
I'm really sorry, it's not enough. No! There is a quiet word in your ear, just like, could you stand up, please? Yeah, no, I'm sure whatever you just said was a great point, but you can't. You can join in the fishing competition, but just not as a caught fish. Okay. All right. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. We'll just not count you. You. That's fine.
Just by putting eels down.
I've got a 1 foot tiny one that I speared with a rapier.
Yes.
That makes a total of 9 foot when put next to Benabog.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, you're at 9 foot.
Can I?
It's just that Rage is at 10. You've done a phenomenal job of getting around the competition, but it is. I mean, I wouldn't be too sad. You've just caught the legendary Benabog. So basically, at the end of the competition, Rage, improbably having fished without a fishing rod, has won. So everyone who takes part gets a small wooden trophy. Let's see now. So all contest participants receive tiny wooden carvings of kingfishers. The winner, Rage, would you prefer a blue knit cap or a fishing fly made from blue feathers?
The cat.
Oh, the cat, or the mayor's cat.
Can I have the cat?
The mayor is crying. The mayor hands you her cat. Well done!
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I knew the stakes.
What? Okay, I take the cat. What's his name? That's fine, I'll rename him.
Okay.
Oh
my God. That's fine.
Oh, you're so cute.
But the mayor's like, anyway, this is a historic day for us because Benabog, the legendary fish, has been caught, and to its captor, I would like to give this exceptionally crafted fishing pole. As you can see, it has kingfishers, beautifully inlaid, and is worth approximately 50 gold pieces. Here you are. Why are you crying? You
lost my hat.
I'm just stood next to him with his hat like, I'm fine.
Do you want the hat?
Yes, I do.
Hold up your end.
was a deal.
But I've worn it so long it's done the thing. I don't even know how to fish!
I didn't even need the hats.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, everyone, the festival is running quite profoundly behind schedule, so if everyone could please accompany me to High Hill, where we will stage a mock battle. It's very exciting this year, because a good friend of mine, Cudgel Ironclad, has agreed to bring his mercenaries to our mock battle to act as the forces of the eastern nation of Istar. Of course, we will not be using real weapons or doing any harm, but it should be a very exciting melee all the same. She comes up to all of you, is like, well done on the fishing competition. Would any of you like to join in the mock battle?
Oh, yes.
I look to my employer.
Even when you win, you lose.
Ain't that the way?
You might do quite well in the battle.
Okay.
Are you doing it?
Oh,
Can
yes.
my cat
yeah.
join in too?
I'm definitely gonna join
It's
in.
your cat. You can do what you want.
Can we enter as teams?
Well, there are two sides. So, yes, I suppose you'll be on the side of the Knights of Solamnia.
Ooh.
What time of day is it?
It's sort of early afternoon.
How close is the moon? I'm trying to work out how useful you're going to be.
Hey, I can draw upon its pat. It's always there. You just can't see it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does it go in the day?
It's just like over there.
No!
Sometimes it even goes in front of the sun. That's wild.
Oh, you're funny.
You have this conversation on the way up to basically the mock battleground. It's centered around the eponymous High Hill. And you see that there is already arrayed the militia, as it were, who are representing the forces of Istar, kind of there in their ranks, and the mayor leads a parade up to the top of the hill with all of the ranks of the Vogler militia. Is anyone here not taking part in the melee? It's fine if you don't want to. In fact, you'll get 5 gold pieces and you can act as a judge.
How many judges are required for one side to definitely win?
I think it's more of like, I mean, they're just going to reenact a battle where eventually the militia from
pretty
Istar
much
will leave.
redone. Oh, okay.
But I think it's just who was the most spirited,
Yeah,
who
but
did
we'll
the
both
coolest thing.
I'll pay you to fight.
Hey, promise me a favor that I can cash in at any time. You can have your hat back.
I accept your terms.
Excellent. I'll come to collect one day. You won't know when. It'll probably be today.
Well, that was vaguely terrifying and narratively satisfying. Heavens!
Boss, you want my advice. If you want to make a good show of this melee and impress anyone, I suggest we get those two on side. In the fishing competition, they were both pretty handy. Especially that Rage. You see the fish she caught? Pretty impressive.
Yeah, there's this one and this one.
That's a cat.
Oh no!
So, anyone who is, I think, going to take part in the battle, you are asked to put down any real weapons, because you are, of course, not using actual steel here. And you are given sort of just like, basically, broom handles with wads of material on the ends to act as spears. And you are asked to join Vogler's parade of militia members and yeah, join
Is
the
the mayor a judge?
Yes, the mayor is a judge.
Okay, may I please have one word with the mayor before we go in?
Absolutely, yes. You see Mayor
What
Raven
kind of
with.
food does he like?
You see Mayor Raven standing and talking to Cudgel Ironsmile, who is not with the rest of his militia, but is a good friend of the mayor's and is basically like they've been hired to come here. He's going to help oversee proceedings. His second in command is over there, going to be leading the battle, as it were.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yes.
So, like, I didn't actually think that you were like being serious about the whole cat situation. So I mean, I have a pet slug at home and I miss him a lot, and I'd be really upset if someone took him away from me. So you can have your cat back.
Oh, that's so kind.
No, it's okay. Yeah, and also if you could give me a heads up with the whole snappy performance thing.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Job done, yeah. Do you want the hat or the fishing lure from the competition?
Oh, can I have the hat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what kind of hat is it?
It's a cap. That's what I meant to say in the first place. It's a blue knit cap.
I would like to join as a judge.
Okay, sure.
Because I just, I don't like getting in hands-on.
Entirely fair, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more like sit back and watch and
All right.
fling some things in occasionally.
Yeah, can I go with you and be a judge? We just have like drinks with tiny umbrellas in. Dance for us!
Sounds great, yeah. Passing through woods and fields, Vogler's parade of militia members and reenactment spectators finally reaches High Hill. The grassy slope is spotted with trees and crumbled stone fencing. Near the base, several dozen soldiers in matching armour stand in even formation. The contrast is striking between these mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment and Vogler's militia with their mismatched armour and crooked helmets, but it does nothing to dampen the spirits of those assembled for the Kingfisher Festival's climactic reenactment. After much laughter and jostling and bribery, the mayor, Cudgel, and other spectators walk to a nearby vantage to watch. That's you. The drinks table is there. The umbrellas are tiny. The drinks are free. And as they do, the militia takes up its position atop High Hill, the same hill the Salamnic troops held ages ago. So the mercenaries of the Ironclad are going to be storming up the hill. They're going to be having a fight. It's all going to be very exciting. And everyone is really pumped. A trumpet blast signals the start of the battle, and the mercenaries' leader, who is a very imposing, tall half-ogre figure, who's among several mounted soldiers, yells for Ishtar! And they start running up the, really jauntily, up a hill. Anyone who is not part of the battle, could you please make me a wisdom perception check?
7.
Okay.
No, yeah. 7.
In a stunning 10 events, I've also rolled a 7 + 1 for an 8.
As the character who rolled highest, you do actually notice this. It's weird. Mock battle, fake weapons. The special effects on this are amazing. I don't know how high the budget was, but the sun is glinting off the tips of those mercenaries' weapons, just like they're real. Bizarre.
Just drinking through a solid. Those weapons look really fun. Try stabbing. They're with us. Go jabbing with them. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. It'll be funny, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're all like foam, aren't they?
Oh,
right?
yeah, they're all made of foam.
Spongy.
They're spongy.
Sea foam.
Just those ones over there. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
You sort of a guy turns like, ha, okay, and he sort of storms ahead of the rest, and he's coming up the hill, and there's one of the sort of the militia, the military reenactors rather, from the top of the hill. One of the knights kind of runs down. And it's like, ha ha, and then he's just like, ah, and leans over, and just a spout of blood comes out of his mouth as he is run through with a very real spear.
Okay.
The unexpected sound of metal clashing on armor suddenly starts to ring across the field, kind of just silencing all of the laughter and the boasting that was happening. And basically any pretense of a reenactment shatters. You're not entirely sure why right now, but High Hill is now the site of a true battle once more. You are kind of... many of you are locked into a melee as armed mercenaries just start slaughtering villagers who are now fighting for their lives with very not real weapons, I'm afraid. So you're probably going to have to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Do we have to? In the judges
I
panel?
think you ought to, yes.
Yeah.
I did not roll great.
11. Oh, 15.
Ooh, hello,
Nice.
Rage.
Nice.
It's 15 from Rage.
A 10 from an Anitari, and my Steel Defender goes right after me.
Cool, great.
I only got a 6, but I'm going to use my inspiration, I think.
Okay.
Because that sucks. 2.
No.
I'll take the 6.
So wise, Your Grace. Selena.
A 7.
7. Woohoo! Wow, we're going to
Really
make them
on it.
pay.
Moonshine is taking an effect.
Strike. A total of 9.
A total of 9. And Val?
I wasted a natural 20, but I got 22. The moonshine gives me power.
You know what? I fully believe that of Corvus. So I've got bad news and I've got worse news. The bad news is this battle is very, very real. The worst news is that all the characters who are currently locked in the melee, if you were thinking about helping the villagers, is going to be very, very difficult. As possibly just seeing you for capable or doing a good impression of capable people, a group of mounted riders, there are about 5 of them, mercenary guards on a war horse, just kind of like pull round and start to try and isolate you from the rest of the pack. And they're just going to try and cut you down, really. Oh. So if you kind of imagine, currently, you're all sort of bunched together and there are 5 horses kind of riding a circle, cutting off any means of escape you might have. Well, since they've got the highest initiative, let's see. Some spears are about to go flying, as indeed that D20 nearly did. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's roll a D4. There we go. 1, 2. What's your AC?
14.
Okay, so you are going to be hit for 4
protection.
Piercing damage. Okay, walk me through it.
I'm a little torn here because not my client, but also Anatari has helped Harold. I can only do this once per round, so we'll take care of you another way, I'm sure. Yeah, within 5 feet of me, protection. It's a reaction.
Okay.
I just want to try and intercept the shield, so it's disadvantage on the attack roll.
Oh, okay. I will make the attack roll again, and I will roll a 2, rather obligingly, which is a total of 5.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
A spear goes dunk and harmlessly falls to the ground, having been thrown. Oh dear. Harold, my friend, what's your AC?
14.
Okay, well you will be taking 4 points of piercing damage.
Protection.
Can you do protection as well?
I can't, but small can.
Comes along.
Okay. For me, it's called deflect attacks, but it's still the same thing. Disadvantage.
Same thing, so
well.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, a 9 won't cut it, so that's the coolest thing ever. All right,
I imagine that's 2 spears at the same time, and it's like shield cat.
Oh yes. Okay, one last. This thing rolls pretty high. Hey, Strife, what's your AC?
13.
Okie dokie.
Can I cast any spells as reactions?
Do you have any spells that can be cast as reactions? Oh no, this is a D&D rules thing that I'm not up
It is
on.
a D&D rules thing.
I'm just going to say yes.
Can I cast Hold Person on the person attacking me in an attempt to slow them down, so even if they hit me, it's less damage?
Yeah, go on then.
It's against my spellcasting DC. That would be a total of 14.
Well, I rolled a 3.
Excellent. So as they come toward me, I kind of just slow all their body movements down.
Okay. Mechanically, I'm going to say that this just takes them off their horse.
Because the horse is still moving, but the body is being kept
so they're
held.
just there. Yep.
Brilliant.
And why not? The rider behind just crunches into him because they're riding in a tight circle. So like crump. I would say he comes off his horse.
Yes.
So you've taken 2 off their horses. There are 2 war horses now just flying about. That'll about do it for their turn, I think. So now we're into your initiative. Oh, my God. Corvus, I'm so sorry. You rolled a 22.
I did.
I should have started with you, but I did not.
Never mind. That was really cool to watch, though. We had deflection and protection. I was like, yes.
It was pretty rad.
It was so worth it. Are they still surrounded by any more war horses? Or?
Yes, so there are three war horses kind of circling them with guards. There are 2 on the floor. 2 horses have legged it, but yeah, they're still very much in danger.
How far away are the village people who were being attacked?
We're all thinking.
We're all thinking it.
It's a construction
It's
worker and a police.
There's
now.
no need to feel down.
So the thing is that mechanically, the villagers and the militia have formed like a 15-foot like circling barrier around you. which is basically difficult terrain, and if you try and break through this melee, you might take opportunity attacks or that kind of thing. But basically, the villagers are so caught up in it, fighting for their lives, that there's no one way to sort of disengage and protect all of them. They are now just an environmental hazard.
Got it. Can I try and can I cast Hex as a bonus action on one of the warhorses riders still going around, and cast Eldritch Blast as my action?
Yes, please do.
Oh, damn. Oh, 26.
Okay.
That's 1d. God, I love warlocks. Okay. So it's 5 plus 5, so 10 damage on the Eldritch Blast, and then it's... I rolled 2. Listen, they're not all winners. But that's 12 damage total.
Oh, he's dead. What does it look like?
Basically, this all kind of nightmarish scene breaks out. Corvus watches this deflection protection. Just kind of goes... Ew. And out of that comes like this skeletal raven swarm, or a murder of crows, that flit around and just burst through the armor and then back out.
Dang.
Corvus somehow acquires sunglasses.
Okay, all right, Rage.
So, having witnessed that absolute melee genius, I'm going to attempt to try and do similar with shielding, but with my forearm against a horse to stop the horse from trotting.
Yeah, okay.
I'd also like to enter rage if possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make me a strength athletics. Check for that.
No. I
You get
hold the
advantage
horse.
because you're raging as well.
Oh, that's true. So that was a 13.
Fish for that nat 20. Go for it.
Oh, that was a 19. Can't count. 23.
Okay. This horse is going at quite a clip. You know, like how in some parts of the world there are basically, you know, when someone does a stoppie on a bike, it's like that, but with a horse. So you just gotta go boom, and the horse's back end just goes like, it's like punk. Probably going to be some sort of saving throw for the rider, isn't it? So you know when people do like a big stoppie and they don't mean to, and they go over the handlebars.
Yeah.
That.
Nice.
You just hear a crump from behind you as a guy like lands. Well, isn't unconscious, but definitely just like face plants into the ground, quite painfully. Is there anything else you'd like to do as like a bonus action, or?
Can I stand on his back as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Fab. Yeah.
Yes,
so as
using
like,
your movement,
you know,
isn't it?
as just asserting dominance, just kind of just put
Just T-pose.
one leg just on his back just to keep him like down, like stay.
Yep.
Nice.
Perfect. Great. Okie dokie. That puts us on to Anatari.
So Anatari's going to look around at... I want to look at the one that tried to attack me, and I'm going to reach into my bag of holding again. Again, it reaches way too far in, like it's up to my shoulder at this point. And then I pull out this little weird contraption. I don't think... You can't really tell what it is. It looks like just a bunch of cogs and wheels smashed together. And this kind of like bring it to the lips and blow. And I'm just going to cast Firebolt and strike them with this and see what happens.
Rad.
That's a 21 to hit.
I'd say you've made it, yes.
Oh, not much. 3 points of fire damage. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to sick small on them.
Okay, yeah.
As they charge at them, and I'm going to use Force Empowered Rend. As you see, from their claw, from the points where their claw should be, translucent claws appear as just made of just force, the literal force. And let's see if it hits. 17 to hit.
I love it when we've got players who know what they're doing.
Hello,
I meant it.
For 6 points of force damage as they rip and tear into this creature,
Right.
this person.
So, the fireball was kind of almost like you were lasing the target, Like, you know when you're just playing with a cat and you put a point
Yeah.
of light on something
Yeah.
that sort of moves around? It goes like, well, what's that? Oh, mildly on fire, I'm not that bothered. And it's just thrown back and just mauled, like, to bits, we're going to say. Like,
Yeah. Well, I will also say,
sorry, yes.
for free, I have my, so I have Small, which is my saber-tooth mechanical tiger, and I have Tiny.
Tiny, of course, sorry.
My little
Forgive
cat,
me.
which has been on my head this whole time, just kind of sat there. And you see on their back a sigil glow, and then from the back you see spectral wings erupt as they fly over. And I'm just going to have Tiny be helping out the other villagers as best they can. Yeah, that's the end of my turn now.
Okay. All right, yeah. There's actually some stuff in the adventure for stabilizing villagers, because you'll probably save a few lives, which is tremendous. Strive.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
I'm
Harold,
listening.
you ready? I would like to sprint toward one of the horses that doesn't have a rider. While running, I would like to cast Mage Hand. I would like to use the Mage Hand to pick up one of the spears that's on the floor and fling it through the air toward you, so you have a weapon now. This should normally happen all the time, seeing as Mage Hand is a thing, but I rolled to see the effectiveness of it. That would be a 6, so it's not very nice. But it does get you a spear through the air, I hope. I would like to run up and attempt to jump up onto the horse. And while on the horse, I would like to cast Cutting Words, which is almost like a reverse bardic inspiration. Shouting to everyone on the battlefield around that if they want a real fight, they should take on someone who can actually defend themselves. Him.
Great.
So it's not bardic inspiration.
No!
It's cutting words onto every enemy onto our fighter.
I'll allow it.
So I'm riding the horse, you've got the spear, and I've managed to draw everyone's attention onto you.
Just roll me a d20, please, Luke.
10.
Okay, you're holding it the right way. Is there anything else you would like to do on your go, or are you?
The only other thing I could possibly do is fire off a really quick hand crossbow shot into one of the guys that's on the floor, ideally the one that's already been pinned prone by rage.
Okay, yeah, sure. Roll me that attack, please.
2.
Oh.
Dex. +3, 5.
Well, you don't hit rage. But you also don't hit the guard. If anything, it works as kind of a further bit of intimidation, because he's there being like, oh god, I've been pinned, and then an arrow goes like...
Take that ground. More where that came from.
I love it. Okay, Selena, I believe it is your turn.
Yeah.
What's the moon up to?
Well, the moon is a crescent moon, and so I would try. I want to try and help them out of the situation.
Okay.
So I want to run up to the side, and I would like to cast color spray into the crowd, which will like blind. You know, people won't be able to see within that area. But what I would also like to use is one of my sorcery points to make it a careful spell, so that 4 creatures within that area automatically succeed on a saving throw. So I'd like all these people to be protected from my spell as I cast it in there. Everyone's disoriented, but they can see what they're doing.
Brilliant.
Thank you. It's all the moon.
Does it hit the horse?
Yeah.
Horse is multicolored. Sorry.
The horse will not be able to see where they're going, sadly.
Okay.
So what's it look like? Is this like a multicolored?
It's just like
medley of.
absolutely. Basically, I've channeled the power of the moon because that's how it works for lunar sorcerers. Just basically just a spectrum of light, just overpowers everyone, and then it's color spray, just going bleh, and it's because it's all the colors. It comes out white, and you can't see.
It's the world's most fabulous flashbang.
Angry art attack onto everyone.
I use a Neil Buchanan.
I'm not even mad about that one. That was just great.
That was really good.
I'm so proud of myself.
I feel like if you roll it back, you probably see the moment where they're like,
Anyone outside the UK?
They've got Google there.
Yeah, we can Google it.
Right, so you've got functionally just like basically all of these guards are having a very, very bad time. I'm going to say functionally you are probably out of initiative order right now because you have been given an advantage sufficient that you could just finish them all off if that is what you wanted to do. ... Is that what you want to do?
I'm busy healing people. I'm going around to heal anyone I can.
Amazing.
I can cast spells through Tiny. So Tiny's probably like on the other end of the battlefield, and I can cast. I think I have cure wounds.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like pincer maneuver, but healing instead of killing.
I like that. Normally you would be making a DC 12 Wisdom Medicine check to bring a villager back from the brink of death. But that kind of feels like a slightly bum note to end an adventure on, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say that the guards that you've been fighting are kind of, well, they're just dithering around right now. If you are finishing them off, that's absolutely fine. But suddenly, a hulking figure called Dragonlance, he's the lieutenant of the militia. By the way, Cudgel has been just furious since this all started.
Oh, I thought you were going to say killed.
No. Cudgel is livid. He has been betrayed by his own lieutenant, effectively. So this isn't... We agreed to do this in the spirit of peace. What are they doing? Unfortunately, Dragonlance, with his formidable battle axe that he starts banging on a shield, is going to tell you. He starts laughing. He's like, look at you all. You may have defeated those puny guards, but look, we've practically ruined this entire village, and we are just the beginning. We are just the herald of a far greater army, one that it's going to take a lot more than your pitiful efforts to defeat. Why, look over there, he says, pointing to the very top of the hill. It's Lord Soth himself. And there stands a Death Knight, who... You puny mortals, that concludes today's adventure. And that concludes today's adventure, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this this taster of Dungeons & Dragons, Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, which is a sourcebook that takes you from level 1 to level 10. You can order it now via the link in this description, and you can, of course, find everybody who appeared in this video via the following, which will also be in the description of this video.
Rage Dowling at Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
Draconix is DRAKONIQS on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch if you want, and Hive.
The YouTube channel Outside Extra, and also, right here, other videos on this channel, Oxventure.
Hashtag samesies on Outside Extra and Oxventure.
Josh Drive Hayes on YouTube and Twitch, and Session Zero on YouTube and Twitch.
The Nerdy Niffler on all social medias, and this show is a mimic on Twitch, and Tankers and Treasures on every available podcast streaming service.
And youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini or patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. Thank you!